In the previous lesson, we talked about the 5 consonant sounds. In today's lesson, we'll be talking about consonant articulation, that is, the oral posture required to make these consonant sounds. Oral posture means the positioning of the lips, the tongue, and the jaw. Place of articulation number 1, bilabial. Bilabial consonants occur when you block airflow out of the mouth by bringing your lips together. English has the 3 following bilabial consonants: p, b, m. Now, as you learned from the previous lesson, p and b are examples of what kind of consonants? You've guessed it, plosives. What about m? M is what kind of consonant? It is a nasal. M is made by releasing sound through the nose, and you bring your lips together to generate this m sound. Labial dental consonants happen when you block airflow by moving your lower lip up and touching your upper teeth. English has the following 2 labial dental sounds: f as in from, v as in vaccine. Now, f and v. What kind of consonant sounds are they? Do you remember from the previous lesson? Recall this melody.
Fat, vaccine, thriving, and struggling.
So, f and v are fricatives. So they squeeze sound. In order to squeeze sound, the lower lip and the upper teeth meet. Dental. Dental consonants happen when you block air by putting your tongue against your upper teeth. English contains the 2 dental sounds: v as in than, v as in rather, th as in thriving, th as in bath. Now, f and v. What kind of consonant sounds are they? Do you remember from the previous lesson? Recall this melody.
Fat, vaccine, thriving, and struggling.
So, th and th are fricatives. Just like labial dentals, they are fricatives. So we squeeze or we block the air out of the space between the tongue and the upper teeth. Or v. Alveolar. The alveolar ridge is where the teeth touch the gums. You make alveolar consonants when your tongue touches the alveolar ridge. Listen to the fricative sounds and determine which one are alveolar consonants. Hint: there are 2.
Fat, vaccine, thriving, and struggling. Zombie shack, casual hard.
The 2 fricative alveolar consonants are s as in struggling and z as in zombies. Now listen to the plosives and determine which one are alveolar consonants. P, b, t, d, k, g. Peanut, peanut butter, toad, king. The answers are t as in toad, d as in toad. Which nasal consonants are alveolars? There are 3 nasals: m, n, Which one of these is generated when the tongue touches the alveolar ridge? There's only one. The answer is N. You can feel the tongue touching the alveolar ridge when you say N, as in neck. Now there is one more alveolar consonant. It is an approximant. Do you remember what an approximant is? It's a smooth vowel-like sound made without contact. So we have the approximants W as in watch, R as in rug, Y as in yet, and L as in look. Which one of these approximants involve the tongue touching the alveolar ridge? R, Y, or L? Practice by yourself. So the answer is look, as in look. When you say look, when you say the L sound, you can feel the tongue touches the alveolar ridge. Postalveolar consonants. Postalveolar consonants are created when you move your tongue back just a little bit from the alveolar ridge. So they become a completely new consonant. There are 4 postalveolar consonants. Okay, the first one is the j sound in casual. How do you make the j sound? How do you make the postalveolar j sound? If you start with the alveolar fricative s sound, the answer is you just retract your tongue back toward the throat, and then the s alveolar sound becomes a j, s. So you can shift from the alveolar s to the postalveolar j, s, j, s, j, s, j, and you can feel your tongue shifting back and forth. The other 3 postalveolar consonants are sh as in shot, ch as in chick, j as in jam. Palatal. Palatal consonants. Where is the palate? In front of your throat, there is a soft palate. You can feel it with your tongue. In front of that is the hard palate. We create palatal consonants when your tongue touches the hard palate. English has only one palatal consonant, y, as in yes. Velar. Not velar, velar. As you know, behind the hard palate, there is a soft palate. This soft palate is also known as a velum. You make velar consonants when the back of the tongue touches the velum. There are 4 velar consonants. There is one nasal velar consonant. Can you guess which one? Remember, there are 3 nasals, m, n, ng. Now say m, n, ng again, this time being mindful of which nasal consonant touches, which nasal consonant is generated by your tongue touching your velum. The answer is ng. There are 2 plosive velar consonants. First of all, do you remember the plosives? Recall this acronym. Peanut butter, toad king. So p, p, t, t, and k, g, they are plosives. Which one are plosive velar consonants? So go through p, b, t, d, and k, g, and become mindful of how the back of your tongue will touch the palate, touch the soft palate or the velum. Which one touches the soft palate? So the answers are k and g. You can feel the back of your tongue touch the soft palate or the velum when you say k, g. It's a very slight touch, but it is there. Now, there is also an approximate velar consonant. Remember, approximants there are 4, w, r, y, and l. So, which one of these approximants are generated by your tongue touching the velum? The answer is w. So there's a very slight touch of the back of the tongue touching the velum when you say w, as in wet, or w, as in Howard. Glottal consonants. The glottis is actually the 2 vocal folds. When you hold your breath, this glottal closes. Glottal sounds are made in the glottis, or the larynx. So glottal sounds are produced in the throat. They are made by air passing from the glottis, or the larynx. Here's an example of a glottal sound, as in Bahamas. In the sound as in Bahamas, the vocal cords are open but close just enough together that air passing between them creates friction. So the air passing between the glottis creates just enough friction. And this is what determines the glottal H to be a fricative, because fricatives are about sounds that get squeezed through a small gap.